welcome back to Clair Lune from Scratch. Today's lesson is actually a video response to a question posted by Bluekeys in the pianoworld.com forums. And Bluekeys writes, "The lessons look good so far, but I'm a little confused by the timing in measure 3. It looks like the 4/8 notes covering the last 6 beats of the measure comprise 2 sets of 2 notes that span 3 beats each. But since the middle note F is tied, you actually have 3 notes, D flat, F, D flat, spanning 6 beats, where the first D flat gets 1.5 beats, the F gets 3 beats, and the last D flat gets 1.5 beats, plus another beat in measure 4. Is that correct? Any suggestions for counting and playing that smoothly?" Okay, sounds like a very mathematically technical question. So let me see if I can very quickly go over some of the basics of rhythm, time, and counting in music. To do that, I'm going to just quickly first illustrate what Bluekeys is talking about. Bluekeys is referring to measure number 3 over here, okay? And to answer that person's question, we have to kind of go back to the beginning of this piece and look at this set of numbers. We kind of glossed over, we didn't actually even address it yet, but we're going to take a few minutes now and take a look at what those numbers mean. These numbers are called the time signature. I've gone ahead to save us some time. I've already snipped them out and combine them together here. The time signature itself is comprised of 2 numbers. It's basically the same set of numbers both for the top and bottom. So we'll just take a look at this. There are 2 numbers, a top number and a bottom number. The top number tells us the number of beats, or the number of counts that each measure is going to have. In this case, we're going to have 9 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the bottom number over here is going to be the unit of measure. And that is actually the bottom of a fraction. Musical notes are all based off of fractions of whole notes. A whole note is a relatively slow note, and then you can have notes that are broken in half. So 2 half notes would comprise 1 whole note, okay? And you can break that even further. Each half note can then be broken into quarter notes. And it's just like slicing a piece of pie, all right? Pretty easy. And then, of course, subsequently, each quarter note can then also be broken into 1/8 notes. I'm just drawing this really quickly here. Another way of drawing 1/8 notes is to draw them with these beams on top. 2 1/8 notes combined together can look like that, or with just the regular single flags. Doesn't matter. Okay? So those 1/8 notes are relatively fast. So the question is, how do we count this measure over here? We have 1, 2, 3, but then we have these funny symbols. They have this 2 over here, a 2 over here. If you're just looking at the number of 1/8 notes, if you didn't recognize what these meant, it would look like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aren't we missing 2 1/8 notes here? Let me explain what's going on here. These numbers, these 2s, are actually kind of a way of changing the values of the notes so that in the space of 3 1/8 notes, we're only going to play 2. It sounds a little confusing, sounds like we're doing a bit of a time warp, but let me give you a way of understanding that's not really that, it sounds mathematically complicated, but it's really not that bad. Another way of counting 9 is, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for every measure, we can count in 3 sets of 3 each. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. And it's really the basis of how we want to approach playing this piece in its most natural form. So for instance, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2. Okay? We're not going to get to all the note value differences right now, but that's essentially what we're doing for every measure. We're actually counting 3 groups of 3 1/8 notes each. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. That equals 9 1/8 notes. Okay, so let's take a look at this measure over here. What we want to do is we want to maybe highlight the 3 major beats, like so. 1, 2, 3. Now this would be the second 3, but obviously we only have 2 notes here. 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And what we're doing here with this little 2 is we're creating what's called a duple. And a duple is a way of substituting 2 notes for 3. Sounds complicated, but it's really not that bad. What I want you to think of is a little, here's a little mnemonic for you. Okay, we can either count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or perhaps think of bumblebee, bumblebee, bumblebee. Sounds kind of funny, right? Bumblebee, 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 syllables each, pretty easy. Now, if you want to substitute 3 for 2, we can just, instead of using bumblebee, we can say something like buzzing. So, bumblebee buzzing, buzzing. Sounds simple enough, okay? So, let's take a look at this measure. We have bumblebee buzzing, buzzing. Okay, it might be easier if you see me conducting this. Okay, one more time. Bumblebee buzzing, buzzing. Let's say it out loud. Bumblebee buzzing, buzzing. See how that works? Okay, so not so bad. So if you're ever stuck with kind of trying to change between sets of 3 and using sets of 2 in the same beat, try that little mnemonic. Bumblebee for 3, buzzing for 2, and then practice saying it out loud, and even either tapping it on your knee or on a table, or even if you're try a little bit of conducting, try this, okay? One more time. Bumblebee buzzing, buzzing. So that's basically how the rhythm of that third measure works. One last time. Bumblebee 2, 3. Bumblebee buzzing, buzzing. Okay? See how that works? Okay? Pretty simple. So, Bluekeys, I hope that answers your question. If not, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to kind of redo the video and see if I can make it even more clear. Okay? If anybody else has any more questions, feel free to post them in the comments section of the YouTube channel, or come visit us at the pianoworld.com forums. This lesson series is being posted under the Adult Beginner Piano section category of the forums, and so I'll see you there.